Good morning, my beautiful people. Welcome to Global Entertainment News and your breakfast show, daily dose of news and updates. I am your host, Bella, and joining me today in studio is.
Still,
We are taking today's story from Punch and Vanguard newspaper, and today's top story from Punch is tax reform, PDPs and others urge talks as presidency defend bills. The People Democratic Party and other stakeholders on Monday called for broader consultation among relevant stakeholders to address concerns over the tax freeze currently before the National Assembly for consideration and passage. The PDP Deputy National Publicity Secretary Ibrahim Abdullahi and the Deputy National Youth Leader Timothy Isadolo wondered why President Bola Tinubu was in a hurry to pass the bill.
well, this bill we spoke about this bill. I think yesterday
Yesterday.
because this tax reform bill. I know the opposition party won't take it lightly with it because
Even the Northerners are trying to
every
kick against it.
everybody are kicking against it because I don't think it's going to favor most of
In
the
their own time, they say that this tax reform is actually going to favor a whole lot of people. How they actually explain it, they says that sorry for saying it because they say that those that are wealthy in Nigeria are going to be paying more tax than the poor. Which the poor, if you are earning below or you are a business owner and then your business has not crossed this amount of money, you are not going to be partake of paying tax. So it feels like some people is going to have a whole lot of complaint about it, even if the government is not kicking against the opposition government is not kicking against it. Let me say that Nigeria is going to be like it's not going to favor the rich one as well.
it's even having the rich to pay more tax and having the poor to pay less tax. I don't think to me the rich ones will have to pay more than poor. You don't expect the poor to agree to that because they will always tell you that everybody else are the
Even
poor.
if the poor wants to say that okay, this one is going to favor them, I feels like the rich one going to feels like the government are trying to make them dry after making the poor, because right now there is no much job that is being created. The whole lot of things is actually happening in Nigeria, and then this is not actually the right time for the Mr. President to actually want to impose this tax reform
Yeah.
right now. It's not going to work because everything needed to be balanced. Both the poor and the rich, that is, let me just say, no one should actually be so poor in Nigeria that they can't even afford to pay tax in Nigeria. But right now that he was trying to divert that attention, I think that is not the necessary need right now for Nigeria to move forward.
Honestly, it's
Because
not.
the rich ones that is going to implement on this tax that they need to pay more tax, I think that they are going to fear for their business.
Yeah, they will have to fear for their business, but this tax is it's something they need to pay. For you to start up a business or you want to start up a big institution, probably a business, an entrepreneurship, or anything that brings
They
income.
will, if that is going to be so, imagine rich people having the business that they have or selling of a thing. They are going to add more price to it, and the poor is still going to be the one to afford it. You know that.
No, I don't think they even have most of the problem we have in this country. The only reason why we just wake up the next day, we hear that the price of a particular commodity has gone up, price of these goods have gone up. It's because we don't have price control. So
No,
I don't think this is what they
that is
should
not the
think of
first
us.
step that needed to be taken right now. Let's move on to the other one. FG auditors probe NNPCL 2.7 trillion naira subsidy remove fund claim. The Office of the Auditor General of the Federation has received the necessary and complete document required to verify the 2.7 trillion fuel subsidy claim by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited against the government. This is as the Procurement Department of the Financial Ministry obtained the terms of the reference and the scope of the work to guide the process of hiring the external firm to support the. This
Well,
one is.
well I think this message came to us one time when I think this rugged man. There's a celebrity that came out and said Nigeria made 20
Idris Abdulkarim.
inches. Yeah, he said Nigeria made 20 point
20,
something.
20 $20 billion from subsidy
subsidy.
removal, and then they
And
wanted to
go and
borrow like
borrow.
$2.2 billion.
This is one of those things now you're talking about.
My own question is that this NNPCL has come into a claim of like, should I say that, is it because of the government that is working with, or is it just me that is saying this thing that this NNPCL is into some kind of corruption in Nigeria Petroleum?
No, I would say they are into corruption because one, most of these people controlling is
Our government
their
personnel.
government personnel too.
So
So
is admitting to them.
they are everybody there. They have this corrupt mind in doing things. For the federal government auditors now to probe the NNPCL now, telling them that okay, oh, there is this 2.7 trillion naira subsidy if fund claim that we ask them to pay. Till now,
You know, I think that those NNPs, they are actually tarnishing their own name in Nigeria, because for
they,
the fact of everything that is talking about the fuel subsidy that is working around them, the money that needed to be pumped out now, this thing needed a good investigation. And if care is not taken, they are going to be like let's remove the NNPCL because the chairman that is there, because they feels like he's not trustworthy or all that. And the fact that Nigeria is just one thing that you can't even trust the government, talk less of the security personnel. It's just going to put the person in charge of that NNPCL in trouble. And then later they say that they needed to investigate him. He's been in scam form and he has been laundering money from Nigerian government, lying and all that. It's going to land this person in trouble, big trouble, that they have to remove him and then put their own person there. Nigeria is like that. Oh well, we hope for the best. Let's move on to the other one. Tears as custom officer, wife and 4 kids died in Osun fire. The Osun State Fire Service on Monday says it has begun a probe into the fire incident which killed a custom officer attached to the Oyo Osun Command. Tijani Kabiru, his wife and 4 children in their house in Ide. The incident, which occurred in Akanka area of Ide in the early hour of on Monday, immediately threw the community into mourning and caused panic among the residents, which woke up to the news of the passage of the victim.
well,
This
it's a sad news. It's a sad
this
news.
thing has come like yesterday. There was another fire incident that actually when an arsonist actually brought a family to death, and then today is another one. Like something is seriously happening. Maybe it's kind of a carelessness or whatever it is. Like everything needed to be looked into this time around. Yesterday, it's not funny. We know
Well,
the years is coming to an end. Please,
well, it's a sad news. It's a sad news.
a very sad news.
Nobody prays
And
for
four
that kind of
kids.
accident to actually
Imagine,
happen. A
imagine their
fire
age
accident
gap.
is something nobody ever prays for.
It's a dangerous thing, because the fire outbreak that you won't know what to do, how to even put it out is really alarming. We need to take precaution, like safety first in everything. Before you go to sleep, like make sure that you check everything from the kitchen to your socket, everything. Check it very well. If there is none still working, because you don't know what can. We should all be careful. Condolence to the family. It's really a sad news. Moving on, low income earners can withdraw total retirement saving. Income. The low-earning pensioners are now permitted to withdraw their total retirement savings and or continue to receive their monthly pension pending the approval of the minimum pension guarantee. This is according to a memo by the National Pension Commission, which was signed by the head of the Civilians Department of the PENCOM, simply identified as AMSHEL.
Right?
Is this a good idea, or is
But it's not even me. I don't see it the way they see it. I would say it's not even about the low income earners to be able to withdraw their total retirement savings. It's is this what see I will have to I will have to start with the retirees, those that have retired. Because I know what people are really facing out here now. Saving your money down for retirement. At the end of the day, they now tell you now that you can withdraw your total retirement money. Is the government trying to make us? Are they trying to make us feel okay? Oh, this money come out and they won't come out.
No, it's not. It's not like that. I was thinking that Nigerian this time around, if you wanted them to just go at once and withdraw their money, and then the next time, some of them can actually squander everything into some other responsibility that needed their attention, or at that moment you don't know the responsibility that is coming. I feels like withdrawing it monthly by monthly can be a bit of a help, because in the aspect of you not having a hope somewhere that if this month is going to end now, I will withdraw something, is like being hopeless in Nigeria.
You know,
Withdrawing it monthly is okay, because at work sometimes you feel like, well, I still get hope, Jare. If this month
the,
end, I will receive this salary
this money is a retirement money. You can only I believe you can only withdraw it only once. Yeah,
every
it's
month.
called it's called retirement savings.
Every
It,
month.
I don't want advice for it to be moved every month. It's not something you move every month, something you move every year. It's something you can only remove when you are retired. It's just like saving money for the future. It's just like
Mm. Do you
uh,
think the government will keep it for them?
yeah, they have the rights. There are so many signatories to sign now. If you have your documents ready, you have your signature, your everything, all the documents you need to sign this retirement savings account, probably an account or the account with the company, because some companies will want to keep it, because some companies will tell you save it with us,
Okay.
because they at the same time they will use that same money to boost the company's income also, but still keep your money when you want to retire. You tell them this is your total money, and the way you are saving it is also there. Money you put per month, is it per week? As far as you are putting money there, you might be earning 100,000 per month, and your retirement savings can be probably 20,000 or 15,000. They are moving that money 15,000 every month. Every time they are paying you salary, 15,000 is going to your retirement account. If you work there for 10 years, 15 years, you just do that 10 years times the 15,000 you've worked there. At the end of when you are retiring, you surprised that you see you have one extra money apart from the money they pay you for retirement send off or something like that. You have bulk of money. Another way
Okay.
of saving money also. But now that the government are saying now you can withdraw the money, I don't think it's the best thing to do now. Withdrawing your retiring money, they just want you to spend that money. That probably they have another eyes where they are saying this stuff.
Maybe they are planning for something better, if I may guess,
I don't think so.
because it's needed to be done that way. It needed to be done. I think they are planning for something better. It needed to be done that way. So maybe some people just wanted it to make achievements out of it, and then be proud of what they have. That after a years of working, this is my outcome of it.
Sure.
That is it. Government should have better plans for the workers that have already retired. So let's take what is going on the Vanguard newspaper today. Inflationary pressure hampers business operation in November. Mhm. Sustained rising inflation rate has stagnated business operation in Nigeria, with the Purchasing Managers Index (PMI) still below the 50.0 point reading. Wahala. PMI track operation environment of business, which lead to improvement or otherwise in business performances. PMI reading above 50.0 signal an improvement in business condition on the previous month, while reading below 50.0 shows a deterioration. According to the Stanbic IBTC, PMI report released yesterday thought there were some signs of improvement midway through the final quarter of the year. Factor bordering on rising price of goods and unemployment have combined to suppress the PMI in November. Well, this
Is
is a concerning issue for Nigeria.
the inflation rate of which the country hampers into business operation now is even alarming. Talking of November, November has been.
Imagine
Uh,
December how it could be when we say there's going to be a celebration.
I tell you, I've been saying this a long time ago that this December is going to be one of the added December we've
It's
had.
going to be giving hot hot. You know
Because
what they call hot
we
hot.
know the cost of things now. Just imagine someone that goes to the market now and say he wants to buy chicken, wants to buy egg. And
I saw when someone was advertising chicken for 30,000 naira. One chicken.
last year
Oh my god.
last year it was sold at the rate of close to 20,000, 18,000, 20,000. That was the reason when people were buying
Now
chicken
it's
then.
30,000.
Just imagine someone that said,
One pu-
is it
ha.
not better for you to just use that money, go to a frozen shop
Mm. A
where they
bag
sell
of
food,
rice now,
frozen
a
food.
bag of rice now is 100 plus. Now talk about the other things like this thing is alarming for the government to actually look into because is not easy. Let's forget about the celebration that the Christmas that is coming over. The Nigerian that have been hard since this year till now is still torturing each and everyone. Be it middle class or rich or you are suffocating from this pressure that is being given to us one after. No one is escaping it this time around. No one is escaping.
Tell you.
God. I beg you. Let's move on to the other one. Police arrest lady for alleged human trafficking. Mm-mm. A lady alleged involved in the trafficking of teenage girls in Etope East local government area of Delta State has been arrested by police. It was gathered that the lady who runs a tailoring shop has trafficking several girls to neighboring African country for prostitution. President says that she belongs to a ring behind female trafficking in country, adding that she targets girls who came to patronize her shop.
Well,
Whew.
it's trafficking has been a rampant thing in the country, everywhere in the world. Because I still don't know why young people will believe that okay, oh, the next thing for them to do is to just start doing this kind of illegal business, trafficking human beings via the rough way to a particular point. And these girls now that they are trafficking, most of them won't go through the normal routes because they won't have the papers to even travel out. They will have to go
They
to
are going
forest
through the
to
toughest
to
routine to get to these
and
countries, and
and when they get there now
the
they
immigration officers is going to if they are not being caught up by the immigration officers, and then some of this one were not being sold by other human traffickers that are already existing in that state. Imagine the trauma. Oh my god.
apart from the trauma sef,
I know
when they
Nigeria is
get
in a
there,
state of breaking into
when
pieces.
they get there, the kind of jobs they do, the kind of etiquette they even give them, the kind of malnutrition they even go through just to achieve that is some of them say they even get to a stage where they will
They are
seize
just
their
going to there
documents.
and then sells their self to their madam, and then this madam will come to wherever that madam is from, so will now come and be looking like a big woman or big whatever. Nigerian security police need to go and make a like investigation needed to just go on in all this, because I don't think that that is the only woman that is there's a lot. Imagine that neighbor talking about she belongs in a ring.
Uh,
Wow. God help us in Nigeria and protect all those young girls that are naive. Let's take the other one. Obi of Onisha to politicians. Stop milking Nigeria like a cow. It will soon run dry. The Obi of Onisha, His Royal Majesty Anemeka Achibe, has charged the political class and those in leadership position to put public interest above personal and individualistic interest if Nigeria as a country must grow beyond its current position.
well, I won't say the man is wrong. I would say
You
I would
won't
say
have to say it's wrong
I would
because
say
it's
yeah,
not wrong.
he has his own point because most politicians
Not
are
most,
always
all of them in Nigeria. When it comes
they,
to Nigerian politicians, that is what they do. They
they,
like they want us to milk the entire like our we need savior. I don't even know which of the savior, but we just need savior. Then we take the other one that is going on. EFCC secure final fortitude of 753 Abuja estate duplex. Okay, oh, another one. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) yesterday secured the final fortitude of a large estate located in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) Abuja. Justice Jide Onuwobeze of the FCT High Court granted the order following a fortitude order filed by the EFCC.
Well, this is very wait. Are they trying to tell us now that one particular person actually owns 753
753 S
duplex?
yes, that is what they are trying to say.
Well, I believe they know the cost of one duplex. If one person owns 753
Duplex.
duplex in a particular estate, well, you can't tell me that is a legit money for someone to be able to
It's
use that.
it can be possible now that the person is using it has a legit money and then he just wanted to build an estate maybe for a rent or hire for all this thing is part of it now. He just wanted to use it for a business.
A cost of one duplex, a cost of one duplex is more than 200 million. It's more than 250, close to
That
300 million.
that is where
And you
he's
are saying
making his own
you are
money.
saying 300 million times 753. It's up to a
Trillion.
trillion, more than trillion. And one person saying he wants to invest that kind, you will tell me which kind of job he dey do. Even
Maybe one got him into the points that he is now.
I think this
Let the
issue
let the
needs to be
investigation by the
investigated
EFCC keep
very.
going on so that they can find out the more secret that is going on in it. So let's move on to our story where the trend for inside market. FG begin 50 naira electronic levy deduction from OPay, Money Points, and other fintech company on any transactional of 10,000 and above made by users. We never see anything. We are just starting.
Well, I don't even think this information is really true because one, I made the transfer. I use OPay also. I made the transfer of I think 2,000 or so,
2,000 naira is not included.
and
They say 10,000 and above.
2,000. I made the transfer of 2,000. That same 15 naira charge was deducted. So now the
Really?
government are saying now for 10,000 above, below 10,000 the charge the 15 naira charge also is still there. If I buy a card, if I buy a card online, they will still remove that 15 naira. And the government now telling us now that
Is that is going
ten
to
thousand naira and above.
above and above?
If you keep removing 15 naira, that means they are trying to make the government are trying to stop us dry now.
Everybody is talking
To
about
me,
being
to me,
subscribed in
I see
every
this thing as
aspect. In every
I
aspect.
see this thing as an illegal way to to
Well,
to
okay,
to
this
to
15
to,
naira now,
to,
is it
to,
going
to
is it going to oh the OPay actually saying the message and they say that this 15 naira is not directly from the OPay, like it's not going to the OPay account, but it's going to the FIR. So that means that it's actually going to the federal government account, which is not going to the OPay and the money points, other fintechs. That is the government that is taking this money. So imagine 200 million Nigerians being deducted of
uh,
50
this
naira
this
per transaction.
this is very wicked of the government because one, that 15 naira is too much. These banks, these fintech banks,